The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for yet another Timeframe matchup of this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Today's opponent is none other than the 1984-85 Calgary Flames, led by, of course, Lenny McDonald, who you will see later, and other famous Flames from this era. But anyway, I'm really excited to bring this to the tabletop again, Hockey Blast Express. And of course, this game is being played with Hockey Blast Express. If you would like to order yourself a copy of the game, I left the link to the game in the description box below. Keith Avalone makes really good games. I encourage you to check out play.com as well as the other stuff that Keith may offer out on the website. With that in mind, let's get right into game one. Your starting netminders for game one is going to be Ken Dryden going for the Habs. Reggie Lemelin will go for the Flames. And the adjustments for Ken Dryden will have a -1 shot save star credited to Ken Dryden. So instead of being a 2 or 3 with a dot, he will have a 1 or a 2 with a dot on the shot save whenever that is being called upon. With that being said, the fans are ready. The skaters are ready. Let's get into it. A fresh new 60 minutes have been added onto the clock, and the clock operator says they are ready to go. So let's get into game one of this time frame matchup to see who will take the all-important lead for this time frame matchup. Will the clock operator please get us started and start that clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between players 3 and 1. That is Dan Quinn and Maury Wilson. The quality we're looking for is power. Oh, Dan Quinn's going to win this one as he does have power. So he's going to be skating on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that will be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 5 and 3. That will be McCoon and Reesborough. The quality in question we're looking for is speed. Oh, Reesborough has speed, so he's going to win this one as he moves in on Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will take the early 1-0 lead courtesy of Doug Reesborough. Let's see who assisted him. Only one guy, and that guy is going to be Steve Shutt. We stay put in this portion of the segment with a penalty check between players 1 and 4. That is Tambellini and Rick Chartraw. It looks like Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box as Steve Tambellini is going to move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0. Courtesy of the Montreal of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. As we move on to the next segment, I'm going triple ones. This is going to be a injury to a home player. So in this case, we'll re-roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the goalie. Player number 1. That's Jim Piplinski. So he's going to be escorted off the rink, escorted into the dressing room to get some repairs, but he will be out for the remainder of this game, and hopefully he will be back for the next game. And the way that I play it, and that I've been playing throughout this project, is I play the typical man-down rules in hockey. So even though with Hockey Blast Express you look through the bench deck to replace a player in one. But for the sake of this project, we are going to be playing man down like you normally would see in hockey. So in this case, we started with 12 skaters on the ice. We are down to 11 skaters for the Flames, and that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on. Penalty check. We got ourselves between players 1 and 2. That's Roberts and Beeks. It looks like excuse me, Eddie Beers. My fault. Beers and Roberts. Beers is going to go to the box as Roberts is going to move in on Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so, and that's going to be it for the first period here in Calgary, Alberta. With your score, the 76-77 Habs 1 and the 84-85 Flames nothing. Quality check between both players in 2. That's Hakan Lube and Yvonne Knoyer. The quality we're looking for is smart. Both players have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves another quality check. This time it'll be between anybody on the ice for the Flames against player number 3. That's Jacques Lemaire. The quality we're looking for is speed. Pick your poison between anybody but Al McInnes, because we are going to end up tying. Square is going to stay, so it's going to be down between McDonald, Wilson, and Tambellini. Oh, I do want to keep that face-off rating out there just in case for that critical face-off. So it's between Tambellini and McDonald. It will be Tambellini. And it will be McDonald. So both McDonald and Lemaire both have speed. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 56. Any home player with a square stops a visitor goal. Any home player with a square stops a Montreal goal. You bet we got one. That's Paul Baxter. So Paul Baxter will stop the Montreal goal opportunity, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Player 2 in question is Colin Patterson. The quality we're looking for is hit. The only three guys, excuse me, that are out there with hit are Gainey, Tremblay, and Nyrop. Patterson is not going to win this one. So I would like to keep at least one symbol out there. So that circle is staying put, that square staying put for Nyrop and Gainey. So we're going to go right across from him with Mario Tremblay as he wins the battle with hit over Patterson, as he will skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so. And with that being said, after 40 minutes of play here in Calgary, the score remains 1-0 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check to begin the third period here in Calgary with between players 3 and 4. That's Wilson and Nyrop. The quality in questioning we're looking for is speed. It looks like both Wilson and Nyrop have speed. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 63. It reads, home defense stop, breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make play save. Ken Dryden is known for a lot of these play saves. During the 76-77 season, as he needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a blank won't do it. The game is tied up at 1. Let's see who scored the goal. 7, player with the best shot rating. We have a tie, 3-way tie between Nilsson, Lube, and Tambellini. Nilsson and Lube both have power play circle star symbols. But Nilsson has... I think I'm going to keep Nilsson out there, so we're probably going to either give it to Tambellini or Lube. Dot, it will be Tambellini. And it will be Hakam Lube. So Hakam Lube will score the goal, and let's see who assisted him. Only one person. So Kent Nelson will assist Lube on the game-tying goal, and the fans erupt here in Calgary on the breakaway effort by Mr. Hakam Lube, and we stay put here in this segment. With a penalty check between both players in one, that's Tambellini and Gainey. It looks like Gainey is going to go to the box as Steve Tambellini is going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He won't do so. Steve Tambellini will give the Flames the 2-1 lead on the power play. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. McInnes will get the first assist. And between Quinn, Reinhart, and McDonald, tough. I do want to keep at least one power. I do want to keep at least that triangle in the power play circle star symbol out there. Quinn also has a triangle out there as well. Lanny McDonald does not. So I think I'm going to give the secondary assist to McDonald. So Tambellini will get the goal from Al McInnes getting the primary assist, and Lanny McDonald will be getting the secondary assist on the Steve Tambellini power play goal to make it Calgary 2, Montreal 1. We scored 2 in this segment, and I think we did. Yes, 2 down and 4 to go. We got ourselves a quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Reinhart and Roberts. The quality we're looking for is Smart. As I forgot to flip Gainey. Yes, Smart. It looks like both players have Smart between Roberts and Reinhart. The quality was Smart, and that is going to be it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 1 and 5. That's Beers and Van Boxmeer. It looks like Beers is going to go to the box as John Van Boxmeer will skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't. The game is tied courtesy of John Van Boxmeer. And it came on the power play, 2 assists. Let's see. Knoyer is going to get the first assist. And besides Chartraw, it will be Wilson. And it will be Wilson. So John Van Boxmeer will get the goal from Yvonne Knoyer and Maury Wilson. And just like that, no lead is safe as we have a 2-2 tie. 1 down and 5 more goals to go here in this segment. And we stay put here in this portion of the next segment with a quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Colin Patterson will be called upon again. The quality and questioning we're looking for is Star. The only skaters out there with Star for the Habs are Jarvis and Shutt. I'm going to give the opportunity to Doug Jarvis. So he's going to win the battle with Colin Patterson for Star as he skates on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't. The Habs will take the lead courtesy of Doug Jarvis. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Shutt and Tremblay will assist Mr. Doug Jarvis on the 3-2 go-ahead goal for the Habs. And we will move on to the next portion in this segment. 2 down and 4 more to go. Penalty check between both players in 1. That's Tambellini and Gainey. Again, Tambellini is going to skate on into Ken Dryden as Bob Gainey is going to go to the box. As Dryden will have to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on. Quality check between both players, excuse me, not both players in four, sorry, between players four and anybody on the ice for the Habs. The quality in question we're looking for is star. Paul Baxter is being called upon for the Flames. Luckily for the Flames, there is nobody out there on the ice for the Habs with star. So we will go right across from them with Rick Chartraw, as both guys do not have star. And we will move on to the empty net mini chart to decide if this game is going to go to overtime or if the game is over. It's a 6. The game is over. Stop the clock. Man, do we have a feisty series here? We shall see. We shall see. But in the meantime, game one is going to go in the way of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens by a final score of 3-2 here in Calgary. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to game one of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 84-85 Flames. If you were tuning in into this game on the single game playlist, do not go anywhere, because later on, or pretty much soon, right after the premiere of this video, game two, I should say, will be posted here on the channel. But if you're tuning into this game on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere, because right after we take a look at the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products, we will have game two of this time frame matchup for you coming up in just a matter of moments. So do not go anywhere. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for game one, the Habs will take the opening salvo of this time frame matchup between the 84-85 Flames by winning it by a final score of 3-2. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for game two of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 84-85 Flames. Currently, the 76-77 Habs lead this time frame matchup by a one-game to none time frame advantage, winning the last game by a final score of 3-2. Today's game, of course, as mentioned, is being played with Hockey Blast Express. If you would like to check out or order yourself a copy of the game, I will leave the link down below in the description box to this video. Please go check out Keith and please go check out play.com, as well as if you would like to order yourself a copy of the game, or if you just want to check out what's else is there on the site. But with that being said, let's get right into game two with Don Edwards in the man in the pipes for the Flames here in game two. Michel Larocque will be in net for game number two for the Habs. With that being said, let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? I'm going right away. We're going to begin with a triple sixes. Wow. It'll be injury to visiting players. Same procedure as injury to a home player. We're going to roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the goalie. Player number one, that's Eddie Beers. So Eddie Beers is going to be injured for the game. And again, just like in game one, we will the Flames will be playing with a man down. We started with 12. We go down to 11 for the Flames, and we still have 12 players for the Habs. And that is going to be it for the first segment of the game. Penalty check to begin the second segment of the game, thank God. It'll be between players two and anybody in the ice for the Flames. It looks like, oh, this is interesting. We could either tie, have the Flames go on the power play, or or Montreal will go on the power play. We'll say this: 1-2. 1-2 Calgary will be on the power play. 3-4 will tie. 5-6 Montreal will be on the power play. We will tie. So it looks like Dan Quinn will match Roberts. So both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that is going to be it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Another penalty check. My goodness. It'll be between players 2 and 3. Canoyer and Wilson. It looks like Wilson is going to go to the box, as in Kerry Wilson will go to the box, as Canoyer's going to skate on into Don Edwards, who needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. And he just does so. To keep this game right where it's at, of a scoreless tie, I should say. I'm getting ahead of myself. Home scoring chance to begin the next segment with a 41. Home player in 5, that's Pierre Bouchard. He creates a goal opportunity with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Although Pierre Bouchard does not have a triangle, he does have hit well enough to skate on into Don Edwards to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. The Habs will take the early 1-0 lead, courtesy of Pierre Bouchard. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It will go to Reese. Oh, wait a minute. Man. I do want to keep the square and the triangle out there. So we are definitely going to give it to Tremblay, the first assist, and Wilson as the secondary assist. So Bouchard will score the goal from Mario Tremblay and Maury Wilson assisting. And it's 1-0 in favor of the home team, the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. We stay put in this 20-minute segment of the first period with a visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play save. Okay, so Michel Larocque needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a blank won't do it. The game is tied up at 1. Let's see who scored that goal. 9. That's player with the second best shot rating. So the best out there right now is a 3-way tie between Nilsson, Lube, and Tambellini. The second best is going to go to Paul Reinhart. So Paul Reinhart will score the goal, and 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about it? Kent Nilsson will assist Mr. Paul Reinhart on the game-tying goal for the Flames. And 2 down, and we have 2 down, 4 to go here in this segment. A quality check to begin the next portion. It'll be between players 3 and 4. That's Riesborough and Paul Baxter. The quality we're looking for is hit. Both Riesborough and Baxter have hit, and that, my friends, is going to do it for the first period here at the Forum in Montreal, with your score all knotted up at 1 apiece. We got triple twos to begin the next to begin this second period, so it's going to be a critical face-off. And I hate to tell you this, folks, Jacques Lemaire is going to win this one because he has a 55 face-off rating to Dan Quinn's 53. So Lemaire is going to skate on into Don Edwards to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. A 2 with a blank won't do it. The Habs will take the lead, courtesy of Jacques Lemaire. 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about it? Steve Shutt will assist Mr. Jacques Lemaire on the goal, on the critical face-off win. Yeah, the critical face-off win for the goals. For the goal scoring off the critical face-off. And, Dan Quinn needs to flip. And the Habs take a 2-1 lead. We stay put here in this segment with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 1. That is Steve Tambellini. The quality we're looking for is smart. Pick your poison between Gainey, Roberts, or Jarvis. Nyrop or Van Boxmeer do not have smart. At this rate, you want to try to get a guy with almost every or almost all of the qualities off the ice. So we're going to go right across from him with Bob Gainey, as both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one as Jim Piplinski makes his return to the lineup for the Flames, and we will move on to the next segment. A penalty check between players 1 and 5. That is going to be Wilson and McCoon, is in Maury Wilson for the Habs and Jamie McCoon for the Flames. It looks like Jamie McCoon's going to go to the box as Maury Wilson is going to skate on into Don Edwards to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and the Habs will score on the power play courtesy of Maury Wilson. 1 assist will be handed out on the play. Man, pick your poison. I think we're going to go with Van Boxmeer because I really do want to keep at least any symbol that I see out there is staying put. So we will go with Van Boxmeer to assist Maury Wilson on the 3-1 goal for the Habs. 1 down, 5 to go. We got ourselves a home scoring chance of a 44, and it reads any home player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. He was just flipped. Steve Shutt does have the circle star symbol out there, so he's going to be skating on into Don Edwards. If he makes this, the whole place is going to go nuts. Which he will score the goal anyway. So Steve Shutt will score. And it will be considered to be a power play goal. The Habs take a 4-1 lead. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about Jarvis and Nyrop will assist Mr. Steve Shutt on the 4-1 lead, and I do believe Calgary is going to make a goaltending change as Don Edwards will not survive this second period here. So Reggie Lemelin will be skating on into the backup net for the Flames, as he will have a 1 or a 2 on his shot save star qualities according to the adjustments. We have scored 3, I believe, in this period. Yes, 3 in this period. Only 3 more to go until the segment automatically ends. We got ourselves a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's Kerry Wilson. The quality in question we're looking for is hit. The only 4 players out there with hit is Gainey, Riesborough, Chartra, or Bouchard. I think we're going to have the red die decide this one. 1, 3, 4, 5, a 2, or a 6 will be a reroll. Doug Riesborough will be the lucky player in question, as he does have hit, so he's going to move in on Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and the Habs, I almost said the Flames, yikes. The Habs will score the 5th goal of the game, courtesy of Doug Riesborough. And let's see who assisted him. Only one player. Either Gainey or Roberts. It's Gainey. And it will be Roberts. So Riesborough will get the goal. Assisting him will be Jimmy Roberts. Four down, 2 to go. Home scoring chance of a 33, and it reads, home player in 1, that's Bob Gainey. He creates a goal opportunity with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Even though he does not have the triangle, he does have hit, well enough to move in on Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check. Again, it'll be between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. That's Paul Reinhardt for the Flames. The quality we're looking for is skill. The only 3 skaters out there with skill are Maury Wilson, Yvon Cournoyer, or Jacques Lemaire for the Habs. Hmm. I think we'll let the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maury Wilson will be the lucky contestant here, as both guys have skill, and that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a another quality check. This time it'll be between players 1 and anybody on the ice for the Flames. Steve Shutt will be the player in question for the Habs, but who's going to take him on? The quality we're looking for is skill. Lube, Nilsson, or McInnes will be the lucky contestants. Odd man out is going to be McInnes because Lube and Nilsson both have power play circle star symbols. So we're going to go with McInnes, as both players have skill, and that is going to be it for the second period. So after 40 minutes of play here in game 2 of this time frame matchup, the Habs lead the Flames by a score of 5-1. We got ourselves a quality check to begin this third period. It'll be between players 2 and 1. That's Cournoyer and Peplinski. The quality in question we're looking for is skill. Cournoyer's going to win this one, as he does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the save, which he will do so. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 2. That's Bouchard and Lube. The quality we're looking for is star. It looks like Hakam Lube is going to win this one, as he does have star. So he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so. And that's going to be it for that segment. And we will move on. We will move on to the next one with another quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 2. That's Lemaire and McDonald. The quality we're looking for is power. Lanny McDonald has power, so he's going to skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. The 3 will do so to keep this game right where it's at, of 5-1 in favor of the Habs. And our final segment will feature a penalty check between both players in 1. That's Gainey and Steve Tambellini. Oh, Bob Gainey is going to go to the box. This Steve Tambellini will skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so. Stop the clock. Man, oh man, oh man. What a game. What a game. Excuse me. So in the end, the Habs will take a 2 games to none time frame advantage, winning game 2 by a final score of 5-1. And with that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in to game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 84-85 Flames. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated, as well as a subscription if you have not done so already, and as well as turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on anything new that pops up here on my channel. And again, if you are tuning in to this game on the single time frame playlist, do not go anywhere, because coming up shortly right after this video premieres, game 3 of this time frame matchup will be available for your viewing pleasure. But if you are tuning into this game on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere because right after we take a look at the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products, we will have game 3 for you right here coming up very shortly. With that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for game 2. The Habs will take a 2-0 time frame advantage, winning this bout over the 84-85 Flames by a final of 5-1. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for game number 3 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 84-85 Calgary Flames. As you guys can tell by the scoreboard, the Habs take a 2-0 time frame advantage, winning the last one over the Flames by a final of 5-1 in game 2, and in game 1 of a final of, I would say, I would think that yes, it is 3-2 from game 1. With that in mind, let's get right into game 3. Your starters are going to be Ken Dryden in net for the Habs and Reggie Lemelin for the Flames. Let's get right into game 3, shall we? Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin game 3 with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Flames against player number 4. That is Rick Chartraw. The quality we're looking for is star. Chartraw's not going to win this one because the only two out there with star are Piplinski or Nilsson or McCoon. The square I do want to keep out there. The power play circle star symbol I want to keep out there. So we're going to give that one to Jim Piplinski as he's going to win the battle with star over Rick Chartraw. So he's going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 1, a 4, or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do just that. And that's how game 3 is going to begin here in Calgary. And we begin the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 53, and it reads, home player with 3, that is Kent Nilsson. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of hit or a square. Yikes. Kent Nilsson does not have does not have hit, neither does he have a square, so therefore it's going to be the game's first goal, and it's going the way of the Habs. Whoops. It's going to go the way of the Habs, and let's see who scored the goal. I'm going to keep the roll that I just rolled. 8. So player with the best shot rating. We have a tie. Oh, wait. Actually, we do not. We have Mario Tremblay, so he's going to score the goal. And how many assists will be handed out? 1. Either Wilson, Jarvis, Nyrop, or Van Boxmeer. I think Nyrop is good. Jarvis is going to stay put, so it's between Wilson and Van Boxmeer. Dot, it will be Maury Wilson. And it will be Maury Wilson, so Mario Tremblay will score the goal from Maury Wilson. One down and 5 to go. Penalty check between players 3 and 4. Not the quality. Sorry, it's a penalty check. So it looks like Bill Nyrop's going to go to the box as 3 and 4. Kent Nilsson will be skating in to Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will not do so. The game is tied at 1, courtesy of Kent Nilsson on the power play. 2 assists will be handed out. How about we're gonna give it to McCoon and Patterson. So Kent Nelson will score the power play goal for the Habs. I'm sorry, not for the Habs. Sorry, for the Flames. Assisting him will be Jamie McCoon and Colin Patterson. So we have scored 2 in this segment. Only 4 more to go. Quality check between players, both players in 3. That's Quinn and Jarvis. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Quinn or Jarvis has hit. So that's going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check between players 3 and 5. That's Kent. That is Kerry Wilson and John Van Boxmeer. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Kerry Wilson or John Van Boxmeer has hit. So therefore, the segment will end, and we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check again. This time it'll be between players 1 and 2. That is Steve Tambellini and Jimmy Roberts. The quality we're looking for is speed. Steve Tambellini is going to win this one as he does have speed. So he's going to be skating on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and the Flames will take a 2-1 lead courtesy of Steve Tambellini. And 2 assists will be handed out in the play. How about Kent Nelson gets the first assist, and Al McInnes will get the secondary assist. From Mr. Steve Tambellini scoring the 2-1 goal for the Flames. One down and 5 to go. Home scoring chance of a 34, and it reads home player in 2, that's Hakam Lube. That is, he creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Even though he does not have hit, he does have a triangle well enough to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so, and that is going to be it for the first period. And after 20 minutes of play here in the books, the Flames, the 84-85 Flames, skate with a 2-1 lead as we head to the second period. Quality check to begin the second period between players 4 and 2. That's Canoyer and Baxter. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Paul Baxter and Yvonne Canoyer have speed. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 5 and 4. That is McCoon and Chartraw. The quality in question we're looking for is power. Both McCoon and Chartraw have power, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check. Okay, so whenever double sixes come up, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, what I do is I look at the home side first. I roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Al McInnes will be selected, so then I would find his opponent on Montreal's side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 3, that's Doug Reesborough. So McInnes and Reesborough, the quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like neither player has smart, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 24, and it reads, home goalie must make spec save. Yikes. Reggie Lemelin needs to roll a 1 and then exactly a 1 to stop the Montreal goal opportunity, which he does so. Wow. What a lucky roll that was. So after 40 minutes of play here in the books, the score remains the same. Nobody flips as the Flames skate with a 2-1 lead into the third period. Visitor scoring chance again. This time it'll read a 43. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. You bet we got some contenders. Shutt and Lemaire both have triangles. I do want to save Shutt for the power play circle star symbol. So we're gonna give the opportunity to Jacques Lemaire. So Lemaire's gonna skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 on the play save, which he does, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 4, McCoon and Nyrop once more. The quality we're looking for is star. Jamie McCoon has that quality of star, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. On Ken Dryden. I'm sorry. 4, 5. I rolled a 6. Oh no, it won't. It won't. So Jamie McCoon will score the goal. It's 3-1. Flames, courtesy of Jamie McCoon. 1 assist will be handed out on the play. Oh, pick your poison. I am going to be keeping at least the power play circle star symbols out there, plus the triangle. So the odd man out is going to be Lanny McDonald. So Lanny McDonald will assist Jamie McCoon on the 3-1 tally for the Habs. I'm sorry, not for the Habs. What am I saying? For the Flames, I should say. My fault. As we scored 1 in this segment, only 5 to go until this segment automatically ends. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Beers and Tremblay. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like Beers is going to win this one as he does have smart. So he's going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. This segment ends and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 32. We have choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give that opportunity to Steve Shutt. He needs to roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, or a 5 to score the goal. A 6 will not do so. A 5 will do so. The game is within 1, courtesy of Steve Shutt. And the goal will be unassisted. So we have scored 1 in this segment, only 5 more goals to go until the segment automatically ends. Quality check between both players in 3. That's Quinn and Jarvis. The quality we're looking for is star. It looks like Jarvis has star, so he's going to skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he won't. The game is tied. Jarvis will score the game-tying goal. And let's see who assisted him. 2. It looks like Tremblay will get the first assist, and Gainey just showed up, so we're gonna, we'll give the other assist to Bob Gainey. So Jarvis will score the goal from Mario Tremblay getting the primary assist, and Bob Gainey getting the secondary assist. The Habs come storming all the way back to tie things up at 3, and we have scored 2 in this segment. Only 4 more to go until the segment automatically ends. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 3. That's Patterson and Reesboro. The quality in question we're looking for is skill. It looks like Colin Patterson does have skill, so he's going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 2 and 4. That's Hakan Lube and Rick Chartraw. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like Hakan Loob's going to win this one, as he does have smart, so he's going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net the game. Hopefully net the go-ahead goal for the Flames to force us to go to the empty net mini chart at the end of this segment. Will he do so? He won't, and it looks like we will go to overtime. So just like in normal playoff hockey, four. Yep. So just like in normal playoff hockey that you see in the NHL for the Stanley Cup playoffs, we play out a new game. And the first person and the first team to score a goal wins. We keep playing like we have been playing the 4 minutes of 5 minute the 4 or 5 minute segments. We keep playing those until a goal has been scored. With that being said, let's get the first overtime period underway with a quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Reinhardt and Bouchard. The quality we're looking for is hit. It looks like Bouchard has hit. So he's going to skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does so to keep this game going. We got ourselves another quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 3. McDonald and Lemaire are the players in question. The quality we're looking for is star. Both McDonald and Lemaire have star, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between both players in 3. Quinn and Jarvis. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Quinn and Jarvis have speed, and man, oh man, both teams, and rightfully so. Calgary wants to get on the board with a win in this time frame. As Montreal wants to take a 3-0 lead to keep the sweep intact. Penalty check between players 2 and 4. Patterson and Nyrop. It looks like Nyrop's going to go to the box as Colin Patterson is going to skate on into Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a blank won't do it. Stop the clock. Colin Patterson will score the game winner for Calgary to give the 84-85 Flames on the board here in this time frame as they win it in the first overtime period by a final score of 4-3. Let's see who assisted him. Only one assist. It looks like Al McInnes will assist Mr. Colin Patterson on the game winner, and it will be, of course, on the power play. A power play game winner for the Flames as they are on the board, but the Habs still take a 2-1 time frame lead heading in to Game 4. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 84-85 Flames. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated, as well as if you have not done so already, a subscription is also appreciated, but optional but not mandatory, as well as turning on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on anything that I may post here on my channel. If you are tuning into this game on the single time frame playlist, do not go anywhere because right after the premiere of this video, we will have Game 4 of this time frame for you coming up very shortly. But if you are tuning in into this game, I should say, on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere because right after the game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products, we will have Game 4 of this time frame for you coming up in just a matter of moments. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 3, the Flames get on the board with their first time frame victory of with their first with their first win of this time frame matchup, as they take Game 3 by a final score of 4-3 in overtime. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1984-85 Calgary Flames. As you guys can tell, the Habs still lead this time frame matchup, winning 2-1, with the last game, Game 3, won by the Calgary Flames as they win it in overtime by a final of 4-3. With that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Your starting netminders will be Reggie Lemelin for the Flames, and Michel Larocque will be in net for the Habs. And with 15 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock, we will have to wait and see if this game will indeed be the final game of this time frame matchup. With that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin with a penalty check between both players in 4, I should say. And it looks like Paul Baxter is going to go to the box as he has a penalty rating of 2. Rick Chartraw has a penalty rating of 1.5. So Rick Chartraw is going to skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and the Habs will take the early 1-0 lead courtesy of Rick Chartraw on the power play. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about we give one to Riesborough and the other to Van Boxmeer? Riesborough will get the primary assist, with Van Boxmeer getting the secondary assist. If you are keeping a score at home. So we scored 1 in this segment, only 5 more to go until this segment automatically ends. Quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Nyrop and Kerry Wilson. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like neither player has smart. Yep, so neither player has smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 3 and 2. That is Jacques Lemaire and Hakan Lube. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Lemaire and Lube has speed. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 2 and 1. That's Roberts and Piplinski. Oh, and it looks like Jim Piplinski is going to go to the box as Jimmy Roberts will skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Oh, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Bouchard and Steve Tambellini. The quality we're looking for is hit. Oh, and it looks like Pierre Bouchard is going to win this one as he does have hits. So he's going to be skating on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for the first period here at the Forum in Montreal for Game 4 of this time frame matchup. Your score after 20 minutes of play is Montreal 1, Calgary nothing. Quality check to begin the second period. This time it'll be between players 5 and 2. That's Van Boxmeer and McDonald. The quality we're looking for is smart. Neither Van Boxmeer or McDonald have smart. So we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between players 5 and anybody on the ice for the Flames. It looks like Oh, this will be interesting. Since we can't tie, we're going to roll the decider die. Dot the the Habs will go on the power play. Dot again. Dot the Habs will go on the power play, and the Habs will go on the power play. So it looks like Eddie Beers is going to go to the box. Yeah, we'll have him go to the box. Eddie Beers will go to the box as Pierre Bouchard will skate on into Reggie Lemelin to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and it's a power play goal courtesy of Pierre Bouchard as the Habs skate with a 2-0 lead. And let's see who assisted Mr. Pierre Bouchard. 2. Cournoyer will get the first assist, and Maury Wilson will get the secondary assist. So Bouchard will get the goal from Cournoyer and Maury Wilson. We have scored 1 in this segment, only 5 more to go. Quality check between players 1 and anyone in the ice for the Flames. The quality we're looking for is speed. The only guy out there with speed is Kent Nilsson, so he's going to be the lucky man out, as Shutt and Nilsson both have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Yep, of a 13. Home goalie must make play save. So Michel Larocque needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Another visitor scoring chance. This time it'll be a 33. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. I'm not going to give the opportunity to Dan Quinn because he needs to roll a 2 or a 3 with a dot. So it's down to either Patterson or Reinhardt. I'm going to give the opportunity to Patterson. So Patterson needs to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to score the goal, which he won't. Michel Larocque will save it, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between both players in 5. That's Van Boxmeer and McCoon. The quality in questioning we're looking for is power. Both Van Boxmeer and Jamie McCoon have power. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 54. It reads home player in 4. That's Rick Chartraw. He stops a goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. Oh, the Flames are going to get on the board because Rick Chartraw does not have skill. Neither does he have a square. So the Flames will score their first goal of the game. Let's see who scored it. 11, second best shot rating. So the best out there right now is Hakan Lube. The second best is a tie between. No. Paul Reinhardt's going to get the goal. So Paul Reinhardt will get the goal. And 2 assists will be coming his way on the play. McInnes and we'll go with Quinn. So Paul Reinhardt will score the goal from Al McInnes and Dan Quinn assisting. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Montreal Canadiens. We scored 1 in this segment, only 5 more to go. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Gainey and Wilson, as in Kerry Wilson. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like both players have skill, and we will move on to the next segment. We got ourselves a penalty check between players 2 and 5. That's Tremblay and McCoon. It looks like, oh, we have a tie. So both players have the same penalty rating of 1. And that is going to be it for this segment. And we will move on to the final segment before we head off to the empty net mini chart here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 36. It reads visitor player in 3. That's Kent Nilsson. He creates a Calgary goal opportunity with a quality roll of speed or a triangle. He does have speed and he does have a triangle. Excuse me. So therefore, he will move in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to send this game to the empty net mini chart, which he will do so. And with that, we head off to the empty net mini chart. 8. The game is over. Stop the clock. Oh man, oh man, oh man. What a tight game this was. The Flames fought it out late in the third, but good, but not good enough to tie things up to send this to overtime for the second game in a row as the Habs halt the Flames rally to take a 3-1 time frame advantage, winning game 4 by a final score of 2-1. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action here for game 4 of this time frame matchup between the Habs and the Flames. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated, as well as a subscription, not mandatory, not optional. Excuse me, optional but not mandatory. Um, and also, if you do subscribe, please turn on that notifications bell so that way you won't miss out on anything new that I may post here on my channel. Once again, if you are tuning into this game on the single game time frame playlist, do not go anywhere because right after the conclusion of this game, very shortly, we will have game 5 of this time frame matchup out on my channel. But if you're watching this in the near future, then all of the games in this time frame will be out for your viewing pleasure. But if you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere because Game 5 will be coming up next, right after we take a look at the Bitty Beer game summary for Game 4 presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please, please, and of course, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, the final score here for Game 4. The Habs hold off the Flames rally late in the third as they win it by a final score of 2-1. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 84-85 Calgary Flames. As you guys can tell by the time frame matchup of the score of the time frame matchup, the Habs currently lead this matchup by winning 3 games to only Calgary's 1. With that in mind, Game 5, with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock, Game 5 of this time frame will be the final game for today. And we will see who. And right there, sorry, I can't speak. Sorry. Right afterwards, I should say, we will have right after the conclusion of this game, we will have a spin of the wheel of the team decider wheel to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens come up next in this project. With that being said, we got Game 5 to play. Let's see who we got. The starting netminders for this game will be Michel Larocque, and Don Edwards will be the starting netminder for the Flames. And with that being said, let's get Game 5 underway. Will the clock operator please Start the clock. We're going to begin with a quality check. It'll be between players, anybody on the ice for the Flames against player number 3. That is Doug Jarvis. The quality in questioning we're looking for is hit. The only 3 Flames out there with hits that could win, because Doug Jarvis is not going to win, are Piplinski, Baxter, and McInnes. The assist, I do want to keep McInnes out for the assist. I do want to keep Baxter out there for the square. So the only guy left out there with hit is going to go to Jim Piplinski. So Jim Piplinski will win the battle for hit. So as he skates on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. We continue on to the next segment with a quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Oh, Doug Jarvis needs to flip. The quality in questioning we're looking for is skill. So Baxter is not going to win this one. So the only 2 out there for the Habs that have skill are Wilson and Roberts. The odd man out is going to be Maury Wilson because he does not have a triangle, circle, or square or power play circle star symbol printed out on his card. So he's going to be the lucky contestant to win skill over Paul Baxter as he moves in on Don Edwards to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot on the play save. He won't, and the Habs will take the lead courtesy of Maury Wilson. And 2 assists will be coming out on the play. Doug Riesborough will get the first assist, and Jimmy Roberts will assist. We'll take the second assist. So it is Wilson scoring the goal from Doug Riesborough getting the primary assist, and Jimmy Roberts getting the secondary assist. So we scored 1 goal in this segment. We have 5 more to go until this segment automatically ends. Quality check between players, anybody on the ice for the Flames against player number 5. That's Pierre Bouchard. The quality we're looking for is smart. The only 3 Flames out there with smart are Tambellini, Lube, and Reinhardt. I think we're going to go the odd man out, Steve Tambellini. So both Bouchard and Tambellini both have smart, and that will do it. And that's going to do it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 14. It reads, visitor goalie must make play save. So a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop for Michel Larocque. He will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Another home scoring chance. This time it'll be a 46. It reads, visitor defense player in 1. That's Steve Shutt. He stops a Calgary goal opportunity with a quality roll of smart or a square. Although he does not have a square, he does have smart well enough to stop the Calgary goal attempt to get them on the board. And that will do it for the first period here at Calgary with your score, Montreal 1, Calgary nothing. We got ourselves a quality check between players 2 and 5. That is Lube and Van Boxmeer. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Hakan Lube's going to win this one as he does have skill. So he's going to be skating on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Flames will score to tie the game, courtesy of Hakan Lube. The assists are going to be 2. Reinhardt and, McInnes will get the primary assist. And, pick your poison. I do want to keep at least the one power play circle star symbol out there. So we'll go McInnes and Beers as your assist takers on the Hakan Lube goal. Game tying goal, courtesy of Hakan Lube. Man, box needs to flip. There we go. And we score 1 in this segment. Only five more to go. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Flames against player number 2. That's Yvonne Knoyer. The quality we're looking for is speed. The only 2 guys out there with speed is McDonald and Quinn. I think you will go right across from them with Lanny McDonald, as both guys have speed, and that will wrap up this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 4 and 2. The quality we're looking for is smart. It'll be between Paul Reinhardt and Mario Tremblay. Again, the quality is smart. It looks like Paul Reinhardt's going to win this one, as he does have smart. So he's going to move in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that will do it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 1. That's Patterson and Gainey. The quality we're looking for is power. Both Patterson and Gainey have power. So that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check. It'll be between players 1 for the Habs against anybody on the ice for the Flames. The quality we're looking for is star. Wilson is not going to win this one because the only three guys out there with star are Piplinski, Lube, and McCoon. We'll have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jamie McCoon will be the lucky winner here to win the battle for star, as he will skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for the second period. And once again, your score after 40 minutes of play here in game number 5 is Montreal 1, Calgary 1. We begin the third period with a penalty check between both players in 2. It looks like Roberts is going to go to the box, as Hakan Lube is going to skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that's going to wrap up this That's going to wrap up, I should say. That's going to wrap up this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Another penalty check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 4, Lenny McDonald and Rick Chartraw. Oh, Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box just by a half a point. Woo! So Lenny McDonald's going to skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. Again, he will do so. A 1-1 tie is turning out to be who will score the next goal scored will win this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. It reads home goalie must make shot save. So again, Don Edwards needs to net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop, which he will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 45, and it reads, any home player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Unfortunately, we do not have that symbol out there active on the ice, so therefore nobody flips, and therefore it's going to be a no action result, and we are going to go to sudden death overtime. So just like in normal hockey, playoff hockey, we're going to play the same 4 segments of 5 minutes each, of 5 minute segments that we have played up to this point, and the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So with that being said, with a 1-1 tie, let's get the first overtime period underway with A quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. The quality in question we're looking for is star. It looks like 4 is Baxter. So Baxter will not win this one. So pick your poison between Conoyer or Lemaire. Dot. We'll say Dot. It's Conoyer getting the turn. And it will be Conoyer. So Conoyer will win the battle for star as he skates on in to Don Edwards to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. Otherwise, the game will be over. And the game is over. Stop the clock. Let's see who assisted him. It will be an unassisted goal. So therefore, the Habs will win this time frame matchup, winning it by a final, winning game 5, 2-1 in the first overtime period, and win this time frame matchup by a final score of 4-1. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action here for the project. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated, as well as a optional subscription if you like the other content that you see on my channel. If you would like to subscribe, so that to my channel, it would help me out on my YouTube journey, as well as turning on that notifications bell, so that way you don't miss out on anything new that I may post here on my channel. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary for Game 5, as well as the time frame summary for this time frame matchup presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. And again, we remind you, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a Biddy price, it's Biddy Beer. And once again, stay tuned for the spin of the team selector wheel, and also the home team and the home team decider wheel to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens up next in this Gauntlet Challenge. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 5 of this time frame matchup. The Habs win this time frame by winning 4-1 over the 84-85 Calgary Flames, as they win Game 5 in the first overtime period by a final of 2-1. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1984-85 Calgary Flames. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, it's that time once again where we figure out to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens up next in this Gauntlet Challenge. We had so many great time frame matchups for you to watch here on my channel. Um, but I want to know and find out who is next. Let's find out. Out no longer. So without further ado, please direct your attention to the Biddy Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Round and round the Bitty Beer team selector wheel goes. Who will it pick? Nobody knows. And it looks like it has chosen the 2020-21 Dallas Stars. That is going to be a feisty of a matchup, but let's see if they can hold their own against the 76-77 Habs. But between the Stars and the Habs, who's going to be the home team? Please direct your attention to the Doc Pola home team selector wheel as we figure out between the 2020-21 Dallas Stars and the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens, who will be the home team for the next time frame matchup. And it looks like the Dallas Stars will be the home team for the next time frame matchup. Man, oh man, stay tuned for this one, as I really cannot wait to play this one out. So without further delay, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action between the 1984-85 Calgary Flames and the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. If you liked what you saw, a like is much appreciated. A subscription is also optional and is also appreciated, and as well as turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any further content that'll pop up here on my channel. As always, a comment is optional. Without with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, or whatever time you may be watching this.